From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Jay McDonald in the Livingston Community Bakery. Now, you've heard of breakfast sandwiches, breakfast tacos, but what about breakfast cookies? Well, these cookies also serve a pretty special purpose for the community.
The Ruby River, along with the Beaverhead and Big Hole, form the Jefferson River system, and the fish in those rivers are in trouble. This week, we talk with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks about research efforts underway this summer to try to figure out why.
Good Monday morning, Southwest Montana, 6:29 on the chilly Monday.
Yeah.
I'm Hector Cedillo filling in for Jane while she's on vacation.
It was nice to get a taste of winter again.
I feel like we all forgot what that was like.
And it was weird, at least at my house on Saturday, watching it snow all day, and as soon as it hit the ground, it melts. It seemed like there was nothing productive throughout the day.
I will say it was a slushy mess.
And this morning we do have some slick spots. Temperatures are cool. We've had some light snow showers. I think our main concern, icy conditions and patchy fog for the morning. This snow isn't going to last long, what we have in our skies right now. In fact, partly to mostly cloudy skies for most of the afternoon will be the dominant feature for the day today. Highs expected to be into the 30s. We will be dealing with mostly cloudy skies, but more chances of snow heading our direction. I'm going to break down your complete forecast in just a few minutes.
Alrighty, thank you, Matt. Looking forward to it. On Sunday afternoon, Governor Greg Gianforte joined Texas Governor Greg Abbott and 13 other Republican governors in Eagle Pass, Texas, this to hold a press conference over border security. Gianforte's visit to the border comes as the standoff between Texas and the federal government continues. Governor Greg Abbott briefed Gianforte and the other governors on Operation Lone Star, which Texas launched back in 2021 to ramp up border security. Texas officials set up barbed wire to prevent border crossings, but last week, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Biden administration 5-4 to have Texas remove the wire. Following that decision, 25 Republican governors signed their support for Texas. And back a little closer to home, as W-2s start to flood mailboxes across the country, tax day will be here before you know it. And there's a Senate bill that's aimed at reshaping Montana's income tax system, but it's leaving some industry workers worried. Senate Bill 399 passed back in 2021 will require tips to be reported along state taxes, meaning that those who earn tips should expect to owe more beginning this year, while the change won't be reflected until next year's tax season. Our MTN's Kelsey Boggs found out why workers are stressing over the change.
When you go out to eat, how often do you tip? In the service industry, these tips can make or break workers. But now, following a change to Montana's income tax system, they're subject to state taxes, meaning workers might see an increase in what they owe next year.
Anytime we do something, we tip.
In the service industry, workers rely on tips to get by.
The tips are like the main reason I work here.
Necessary income, just to pay their bills.
We're scraping by already as it is.
But a change to Montana's income tax system.
Tip income has always been taxable on the federal return. And then in Montana, we've excluded it. So now it'll be taxed in Montana.
Is leaving servers scrambling.
I'm going to have to get another job now, I guess.
Back in 2021, Senate Bill 399 was introduced by Senator Greg Hertz of Polson in what he says was an attempt at leveling the playing field.
If you're working at the same facility and you are an employee who does not get tips, yet the employee next to you is getting tips, and that employee is not paying taxes on maybe a half or a third of their income, that's not fair to the other employees. Taxes should just be broad-based and fair to everybody.
SB 399 encompasses a few changes to the system.
The bill does eliminate up to 75,000 to 100 individuals who will no longer have to pay taxes in Montana, and those are primarily low-income taxpayers. The bill also dropped the top tax rate in Montana down to 6.5%.
While the changes won't be reflected until tax time in 2025, service workers are left fearful for the future. John Wand is a server at Stella's Kitchen and Bakery, which is connected to the Clock Tower Inn Hotel. He's frustrated by the change, saying they already share tips with non-tipped employees.
How is that not fair when we actually tip out the kitchen? And we do share our tips.
Our servers pay into a tip pool, which then is distributed to all of our non-tipped employees, and those are all taxed.
According to Montana Free Press, Montana's top bracket tax rate is 5.9%, meaning service workers will owe an additional $5.90 in state taxes for every $100 of tip income they report. A Around 22,000 Montana taxpayers reported a combined $105.4 million in exempt tipped income in 2021. If that income was taxed at 5.9%, each taxpayer would have paid $279 more.
I just love working at Stella's, but I might have to get another job now that I hear that.
Although Hertz argues these changes will benefit Montana taxpayers.
What we're trying to do in Helena is reduce your taxes. A lot of people are going to save income taxes in Montana with this bill.
In Billings, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
Yellowstone National Park says that they will begin taking public comments on a proposed permanent road between Gardner and Mammoth. This is all set for next week. The park says that they will offer 3 alternatives for a new North Road entrance during webinars on February 12th and February 14th. The comments on the proposals will be accepted for 30 days with a draft environment assessment expected to come out this fall. The original North Entrance Road, as you might remember, was destroyed by a 500-year flood that happened in June of 2022. You can find those links to the webinars on our website. And it acts as an ongoing bake sale for the Livingston Food Resource Center. RJ McDonald went over to the Livingston Community Bakery to try her hand at baking and to learn about a new cookie that was made with the help of one familiar face.
So this is the dough right before we start scooping it. So I just remember all the times George would be in here like, here's a new batch of the cookie, can you guys try it? And we got to see some like beginning ones, and then now we're really happy, and Jeff Bridges is really happy with the cookie too.
The Livingston Community Bakery is a program of the Food Resource Center, and the bakery bakes bread that goes to food banks across the state.
It just feels like we're truly the community part of our name, Livingston Community Bakery.
And all the profits from the bakery go right back to the Food Resource Center. And the newest pastry to hit the menu has ties to a famous Hollywood actor.
That was sort of born of a personal project for Jeff. And he has been a supporter of the Food Resource Center for quite a while. And so this was just another unique idea to be a way to bring awareness to the bakery, to the organization, get some more foot traffic in the door.
The bakery started with baking a dozen a day, but Margie said that they've had to increase production because of its popularity.
So Jeff Bridges, his cookie is, I would say, a hearty cookie. That's great at breakfast or anytime, of course, but he specifically recommends that you dip it in with your coffee. He wanted a cookie that wasn't so much on the sweet side as most cookies tend to be, but there are dried cherries in there, so that's like a little tart and sweet. And in the words of Jeff Bridges, he says it tickles the tongue.
All right, now with the help of Margie, we were able to get these cookies onto the tray, and they're about to be popped in the oven. Now, you can kind of tell who's the professional and whose first time this was to bake cookies like this, but you talk about a hearty cookie. These are just going to be fantastic. Again, these are the Bridges breakfast cookie right here at the Livingston Community Bakery. Margie, thank you so much for letting us come into the bakery right here in Livingston. Jane McDonald, MTN News.
Some female fly fishers are sharing their experiences as women in a predominantly male sport. Our MTN's Marcus Kakova waded the icy waters to learn about their firsthand experiences.
I'm here in Rockvale, just outside of Laurel, where the water is nice and chilly, at least when you're in jeans. I currently can't feel my feet, and I'm headed fly fishing with 2 women who say it's more than just a boys' sport. You know, as I experienced doing this story, access doesn't always come easy.
What is it like to be out here today? It's kind of cold. My feet are cold.
Sometimes it comes at a physical cost.
It's been pretty cold and pretty icy. We figure what the heck, we'll come out here and try it.
In cases like those of Emma and Chris, longtime nature enthusiasts and newfound friends.
My dad was a fishing guide, so I didn't really choose fishing. I feel like it kind of chose me.
You're concentrating on that animal and fooling it and connecting with it, and pretty much everything else goes away.
Barriers to access can go beyond comfort. Their organization will host a panel of women who will share their experience as fly fishers, a sport that consists predominantly of men.
We don't think women fly fishing is any different than men fly fishing. It's fly fishing. We don't all wear pink, etc.
Despite the overarching similarities that men and women share in the sport, Chris says there are some differences they want to address.
There have been a lot of changes over my lifetime of fly fishing that have benefited women, but there's a long way to go. They don't make all the equipment for the right size at times and things like that.
Overall, however, their organization focuses on the message that fly fishing is for everyone.
The truth of the matter is, something like fly fishing is important for anyone.
You really don't need a lot of things, just a rod and a reel and a line and a couple bugs.
Now, remember, accessibility, that's the name of the game. A matter constantly at the top of mind for all fly fishers.
The access is really important for anglers and fishermen all over the state.
But accessibility isn't just concerned with the outdoor temperature or the right size of equipment.
I get it. There's a lot of reasons why people are wary of having the public get access to their property.
Nor are we simply talking about being typecast as someone who likes to wear pink.
There's an element of people who have property and have more money than the average public person, and you will find people stretching barbed wire across the river and things like that to discourage, and a lot of that is illegal.
Their organization is constantly fighting the battle between private and public property rights, representing a belief in the ideal that the great outdoors should be made available to everyone.
The great outdoors is free, and you don't have to have money. And if you don't have money, sometimes those are the people that will benefit more from a sport like this.
Marcus Kakova, MTN News.
We've talked about it many times. The fish in the Jefferson River system are in trouble, but right now no one is sure quite why. In this week's Fish and Wildlife, our Chet Lehman talks with FWP about a series of studies that are set to begin this year to try to answer that question.
This is the Ruby River. Along with the Beaverhead and Big Hole rivers, they form the Jefferson River. And the fish in that waterway are in trouble. To try to figure out why.
Fish declines and fish health issues that we've been seeing in the Jefferson River Basin, which includes the Big Hole, the Beaverhead, and the Ruby River. And so part of what that conversation led to was setting up some pieces to be able to conduct research this coming year into those declines, those fish health issues, things like that.
WP has hired additional staff to begin that research effort, plus is partnering with researchers at Montana State University. Jacobson notes the research that is about to begin has many levels and will begin soon.
Some of the studies that we're looking at are fish mortality, causes of fish mortality, fish recruitment, where fish are spawning and how that's contributing to main stem populations, and fish health issues overall.
Another aspect of this year's research will be looking at how the rivers are used, and that goes beyond the Jefferson River system.
The Madison River also has a component to that where we'll be looking at recreational use on the four rivers, so the Beaverhead, the Big Hole, the Ruby, and the Madison rivers. So that's some important research that'll be happening this year. We've now got additional staff to help with that, some students in partnership with Montana State University, and so we'll be getting started here in the next few weeks with that research.
Jacobson says the research teams will begin their work in earnest on the rivers as early as March. This week on the Ruby River, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
It'll be interesting what comes out of that study. All right, time to take a quick break, but coming up after the commercials, PTO. It's one of the favorite topics of discussion. We'll tell you how you can maximize your PTO days in the new year after the break.
I'm John Matteries. Burned out at work, or perhaps you're suffering from the January blahs? Well, we'll show you the best ways to maximize your time off this year.